My name is Christian Lawrence D. Ranario.
And my name is Mark Aldrich T. Montalbo.
And we are going to discuss about the different associations of accounting in the Philippines.
What I'm about to present is regarding the PRC, or the Professional Regulation Commission, the PICPA, or the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and the BIR, or the Bureau of Internal Revenue.
And for me, I am going to discuss regarding the BOA, or Board of Accountancy, SEC, or Securities and Exchange Commission, and BSP, or Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
First of the associations to be talked about will be the Professional Regulation Commission. This is the government body that is in charge of regulating and licensing the practice of all kinds of professionals, like those in the fields of accountancy, medicine, engineering, nursing, and more. It was first created as a national government agency by Presidential Decree Number 223, dated June 22, 1973, signed by President Ferdinand E. Marcos, mandated to enforce the laws regulating the various professions. This government body has three commission functions. The first one is its executive function. It administers, implements, and enforces the laws and policies with respect to the tradition and licensing of various professions and occupations, including the enhancement and maintenance of professional and occupational standards and ethics. Its second function is regarding its quasi-judicial responsibilities. It investigates motu proprio, or upon the filing of a verified complaint, any registered professional, any member of the professional regulatory boards, officers, and employees under the jurisdiction of the Commission, issues summons, subpoena, and subpoena ducis tecum, may hold in contempt erring party or person, and is also given the authority to revoke or suspend certificates of registered and professional licenses. The third function of this agency deals with its quasi-legislative works. It formulates rules and policies on professional regulation. It also reviews, revises, and approves resolutions embodying policies promulgated by the professional regulatory boards. The current chairperson of the Professional Regulation Commission is Honorable Teofilo S. Pelando Jr. He is given the opportunity to lead through after the association's previous chairman, Dr. Florentino Doble, resigned from his post. He is present at the signing of the updated memorandum that defines the general framework for the implementation of ASEAN Mutual Recognition Agreement.
Moving on to the Board of Accountancy. This is one of the boards that is working under the authority of the PRC and is given the task of setting up and enhancing the set of standards and ethics that are applied in the practice of the accounting profession. Through the inculcation of the Republic Act 3015 that was regulated on March 17, 1978, the said board was founded. The Board of Accountancy contains a chairman and 6 members that are appointed by the current President of the Philippines upon the suggestion of the PRC. It consistently monitors the practice of accountancy in the country by conducting examinations for CPA candidates, granting the certificates to those that pass the examinations, registering and suspending members, conducting dialogues with accountancy students, examinees, accountants, and conducting seminars to update CPAs of various fields on current accounting standards and policies. The current chairman of the BOA is Mr. Joel Tan Torres, and he was also present in the signing of the updated Memorandum of Agreement for the ASEAN Mutual Recognition Agreement for Accounting Services.
Now, let us move on to the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants, or PICPA. PICPA was first established in 1929 to represent the interest of Filipino CPAs, regulate the accounting practice, and the CPA board exams. It was accredited by the board and the Professional Regulation Commission per PRC Accreditation Number 15, dated October 2, 1975, and is now considered the integrated national professional organization of certified public accountants in the Philippines, having the basic authority of setting up and implementing rules vital to the accounting profession. In this regard, the Philippine Financial Reporting Standards Council, or PFRSC, and the Philippine Interpretation Council were created in 2006, the former to assist in formulating and promulgating standards and the latter to assist the PFRSC. The PFRSC replaced the Accounting Standards Council or ASC, which was created in 1981 by the PICPA. PFRSC has issued several bulletins on financial reporting standards, which are used as guidelines in financial reporting. The financial reporting standards in the Philippines comprises of three sets: Philippine Financial Reporting Standards, Philippine Accounting Standards, and Interpretations. Under the organization's umbrella are various accounting associations that represent the different accounting fields of specialization. The National Association of Certified Public Accountants in Education focuses on accounting professors. The Government Association of Certified Public Accountants is founded in order to cater government accountants. The Association of Internal Auditors, on the other hand, is concerned to all of the internal auditors. And lastly, the Associations of CPAs in Commerce and Industry has all private and public accountants as its members. The PICPA is represented in the world's major accounting bodies, such as International Federation of Accountants, Confederation of Asian and Pacific Accountants, and ASEAN Federation of Accountants, tasked mainly in the development and enhancement of a well-coordinated worldwide accounting profession. PICPA, which is currently headed by President Zenaida Alcantara, was also gathered in PICC for designing of the updated memorandum that defines the general framework for the implementation of the ASEAN Mutual Recognition Agreement for Accounting Services.
Now, let us talk about the Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC was founded on 26th of October in the year 1936. The SEC is tasked to protect and safeguard public interest, most especially the investors in the capital market. It regulates business operations, specifically of partnerships, corporations, entities granted with license or franchise to operate, and foreign companies doing business in the country. It reviews or registers the securities that are issued by the firms, evaluates their financial position and performance, supervises brokers, dealers, transfer agents, investment houses, and those that are participants of the capital market. It is tasked of ensuring that the investors are given their full and fair information about publicly traded companies and protects them from the grasps of manipulation and backhand deals. The current chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission is Mr. Emilio Benito Aquino, who was appointed by our President Mr. Rodrigo Duterte, replacing the previous head, Ms. Teresita J. Herbosa, whose 7-year term ended in March 2018.
Let us now shift the topic to the ones that deal with the taxes in the Philippines, the BIR. The BIR, or the Bureau of Internal Revenue, exacts tax and license compliance from the people and business entities that earn income. They are required to fill up and submit periodic tax returns and pay for licenses, fees, and taxes. Collection of licenses, fees, and taxes is a prime responsibility of this agency, as this is the primary source of funding for the various projects and activities that are headed by the government. The current Commissioner of the Bureau of Internal Revenue is Mr. Cesar Dulay, and in line with the recent activities regarding tax, most specifically the train law, the accountants and this government body are going hand in hand in order to execute the tasks that are given to them by our current President.
Moving on to our last subject, let us shift the topic to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP. This association regulates the operation of all banks and financing institutions tasked to promote and maintain the stability of the Philippine peso. The responsibilities of the BSP include the following. First is concerned with liquidity management. The BSP formulates and implements monetary policies focus on influencing money supply consistent with primary objective to maintain price stability. The next one is regarding currency issues. The BSP has the exclusive power to issue the national currency. All the notes and the coins issued by the BSP are fully guaranteed and authorized by the government and are considered legal tender for all private and public debts. The third one is concerned with the association playing the part as a lender of last resort. The BSP extends discounts, loans, and advances to banking institutions for liquidity purposes. The fourth responsibility of BSP is about management of foreign currency reserves. The association is tasked to seek sufficient international reserves to meet any foreseeable net demands for foreign currencies in order to preserve the international stability and the capability of the Philippine peso to be converted. The next responsibility of the BSP is concerned about the determination of exchange rate of policy. Currently, the BSP adheres to a market-oriented foreign exchange rate policy such that the role of the Bangko Sentral is principally to ensure orderly conditions of the market. Lastly, the BSP is also concerned with other activities. The BSP functions as the banker, financial advisor, and official depository of the government. Its political subdivisions and instrumentalities, and government-owned and controlled operations. And lastly, the current president of the BSP is Mr. Nestor Espinilla Jr. and he is the fourth governor of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. He was appointed by the Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte on the 8th of May 2017 and assumed office on the 3rd of July 2017.
The following links and book titles are the sources of information used in order to make this video possible.
And those are the associations of accountancy in the Philippines.
We hope you learned the functions and importance of these associations in the accounting community.
To recap, the PRC, or the Professional Regulations Commission, deals with the regulation of all kinds of professionals in the country.
While on the other hand, BOA, or Board of Accountancy, specializes in regulating accountants in the Philippines.
Moving on to the PICPA, or the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants, it deals with all the interests of all the CPAs in the country.
While the SEC, or Securities and Exchange Commission, is concerned with the securities of both partnership and corporation.
Moving on to the BIR, or the Bureau of Internal Revenue, it mostly deals with the taxes of the country.
And lastly, BSP, or Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, is concerned with the operations of all banks and the financing institutions.
And that concludes our presentation. We hope that you enjoyed our small presentation and we bid farewell.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let us remind you that aside from our voices and the introductory part of the video, we do not claim ownership over the pictures that were shown in the video.